Hi everyone, welcome to MSCR Makes. I'm Miss Julia and today we'll be doing foam block printing. For this project you will need paper, some scissors, some foam. These styrofoams are from my recycling, but you can use foam core board if you can't find any foam in your recycling. You'll want some paint, a small plate to put your paint on, a pen, and either a sponge or a cotton circle or cotton ball to dab on your paint with. You can pause the video here and go gather your supplies. Now that you've had a chance to gather your supplies, I'm going to move some things out of the way. The first thing I'm going to do is cut myself a piece of foam. There's a few things that you want to think about while you're cutting your foam. The first is you want to make sure that you get an area that does not have any imprints like this. That's not fun because they'll interfere or get in the way of your design. You also want to make sure that if your styrofoam has any bits on it that you can't get off, you want to cut around those too. So this area here looks like a good one for me to use. I could also cut out a few other ones over here, but we'll start with just this one. Cutting off the sides can be a little difficult, so you might want to ask your grown-up to help. Now I have a nice little piece of foam that has a flat side with no imprints. It's okay if there's imprints on the other side. You just want to make sure that at least one of them is clear for your design. The next thing I'm going to do is grab my pen. This is the fun part. I get to make whatever design I want. I want to make sure to press into the foam hard enough that it leaves an indent or squishes it in a bit. Can you see how the foam has gotten squished in around where I made this heart? Another thing to keep in mind is these prints will be reverse or the opposite of how they look on here when you print them on your paper. So if you want to write your name, you need to do it backwards. You might want to have your grown-up help you if that is difficult. So this is a backwards J for Miss Julia. See how I've made my whole name backwards? It'll be really cool when I go to print it and it will show up forwards or reverse in my print. You can do whatever other cool designs you want. And if you make smaller blocks out of one big piece of foam, you can even do more than one. After you're happy with your design, you'll want to grab your paper and choose a color of paint. Put some of your paint onto your plate or whatever else you're using. Next, you can grab either your sponge or your cotton and you're going to dab your paint on. You only want a thin layer of paint on your foam block. If you get it on too thick, it will gloop up or get too much into the areas where you've made your design. And if the areas that your design are in get super filled up with paint, when you make your print, they won't show up. So you want to just have one very thin layer of paint over the whole of your foam. Do you see how thin it is and how it did not go in the lines that I've made? The next thing I'm going to do is flip it over and press it down onto my paper. I want to make sure that I'm pressing hard enough that all of my foam touches the paper. Now I will carefully lift it up. There's my design. That's really cool. Do you see how my name is now going the right way? It's no longer backwards. That's because I put my print on going reverse, knowing that it was going to go in the reverse way when I printed it. You can also use your foam block more than once. Try using different colors and making lots of prints. You can even overlap them more than one on a piece of paper. Well, I hope you have fun making lots of cool designs with your foam block prints. And I hope you've enjoyed this project. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!